Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review, the new Holbrook ARMA. Very excited about this. Holbrook's had some really cool paddles in the past that I've liked a lot. And this paddle from Holbrook promises to be quite different from anything in their line before, but quite different from anything on the market, period. The Holbrook ARMA comes in 5 different paddles. I chose for this review, I chose the ARMA T, which is kind of the extended version, the metallic 14 millimeters. This kind of fits my game a little bit more, 16.5 inches long, 7.5 inches wide, 5.25 inch long grip with a 4.25 inch circumference, so you can get 2 hands on there really, really easy. This paddle does come in at 8 ounces, so it's easily customizable. Should be just fine for the review. The surface of this paddle, we've seen this before in other Holbrook paddles. The metallic polycarbon fiber weave has a nice texture, spins the ball really well. I expect good things out of that. What separates this paddle from really anything else out there is the dual density core. Very different for Holbrook, very different from anybody else as far as I know. Let's take a look at this core because it's quite different and it's got some cool properties, and I really think if it works, it's going to work really, really, really well. Let's take a look at the core now. All right, guys, this is the new Holbrook ARMA core. This is the T metallic 14 millimeter version, but all of the Holbrook ARMA's cores are very similar. This is, as you can see, is quite different. We've seen it in ads, but we've seen it different ways. But this is quite a different look. The first thing that jumps out and causes this streak pattern across here are the lead weights that Holbrook has put into the core. Other companies have tried this, and we've seen this on Paddle Tech and some other paddles recently that have tried this. It's very successful. It drags, it increases the twist weight and drags the sweet spot, makes the sweet spot larger, so you get more consistency across the face of the paddle. Out here at the edge, you've got the foam perimeter. Other companies have tried this as well to pretty good success. The Selkirk SLK, the recent SLK era has tried this. Maybe not quite this large. It was maybe only, if I remember right, 13, 15 millimeters, where this is good 25 millimeters out here, quite thick. Should allow this core to trampoline a little bit and give just extra power. And once again, it drags the sweet spot out. This whole face, is going to be, it should be quite effective as far as just sweet spot and consistency. Here's what's really, really different about the Holbrook ARMA cores. You've got 2 different cores in here. This is the first time I have seen this tried. These are 6 millimeter high density cells up here. So most companies go with 8 millimeter cores or 8 millimeter cells across the core. Now we see 10 millimeters we've tried, we've seen 6 millimeters tried. We haven't really seen 6 millimeter and these 10 millimeter low density cells tried at the same time. So Holbrook believes the 6 millimeter cells in the upper core is going to enhance stability and reinforce the energy off of off-center hits. Once again, just giving you a massive sweet spot. The low density cells, these 10 millimeter cells down in here, should deliver power and also give you consistency to put away the balls. And once again, so it should be power, control, consistency. All of these things are built into the core. We'll just have to see if this works. I expect a lot of power out of this with this much foam perimeter, and I expect a little control with these 6 millimeter cells. We'll see. We're headed out to the courts. So this is a glimpse of the new Holbrook ARMA T core. I have a feeling I'll come back to this at the end of this review, and we'll discuss this core just a little bit more because it is quite different. All right, guys, that's the core of the Holbrook ARMA T Metallic 14. Very excited to see how this plays. I'm headed out to the court right now. Hope you guys are going to be there. We'll see how this plays. I'm excited just to find out. This could be really, really, really cool. All right, guys, headed out to the court right now. Hope you're going to be there. We'll hit this paddle together, and I will be back. right, guys. The new Holbrook paddle. Let's go after this target. Right there. Oh. Right there. Let me do that again. Oh, it's so there. Look at the depth on these. I'm really not swinging off my feet. Oh, that one went up and over. This is definitely a power paddle. I'm kind of dialing that back. There is a I feel bad I haven't knocked that down. Let me go after this. Oh, that went a little bit long and I top spin. Oh, that's funny. This is a paddle you're going to have to spend a little time with, but it's got a huge upside. All right, let's spin it. I really expect good things here too as well. Let me spin this. Oh, that had bite at the end too. That ball hit and jumped. Let me do that again. That just controllable spin. I think spin enthusiasts are going to have a blast with this. I don't even care if this ball lands in. I just want to see how far it'll spin. Oh my gosh. I wish I could turn the camera around and follow that ball. Spun, hit, and just kept going. Oh my gosh. That's fun. Hey guys, back. Just spent the last few weeks getting to know the new Holbrook ARMA T metallic 14 millimeter. This pedal does some really cool things. I didn't really know what to expect, but I was a little surprised in some ways and then not surprised in others. But I really believe Holbrook's onto something with this core and the combination of the foam and the poly core. Let me bounce through all the performance attributes, and I always start with power. I'm going to start with power again. My normal service numbers are right around 50 miles per hour. This paddle didn't go under 50. 52.6. Make no mistake, the Holbrook ARMA T is a power paddle. The ball just jumps off of here. 52.6, that was pretty sweet. That's, we all searching for the extra velo, whether we're serving, returning, driving, up the net, fast hands battle. This paddle provides it. The ball just shoots off of here, just jumps. Power numbers, exceptional. Now we always think, if we have power numbers, do we lose accuracy and control and consistency? Normally we do. Those two things do not go hand in hand. If you have a control paddle, it usually lacks a little power. Have a power paddle, usually lacks a little control. With the Holbrook ARMA T, the accuracy and control were there. They were really good, but you did lose a little consistency because the ball did just jump. Now, can you control that? Yeah, with time. Yes, you can. It will come. Spend some time with the paddle. You'll control that a little bit more. Consistency will come in there. But the accuracy and control, the first time you hit it, you're thinking, wow, you really have this. And then you have the flyer. It's just good. It's built in, and every power paddle, an occasional flyer is just built in. Whether you're dinking, whether you're driving, whether you're serving, return, whatever, it's still every once in a while you're going to go, whoop, that one just jumped. But once you get used to it, once you kind of play it and kind of dial it in, you're going to be fine. Spin, I think I talked about it in the opener. The metallic poly carbon fiber weave really grabs the ball, really spins it. So there's really nice spin. So once it go back to control and consistency and accuracy, if you top spin it, you're going to stay in the court a lot more often than if you're just a flat hitter. Nice sweet spot. We'll go back to the weights that are underneath here in the core. Sweet spots drug out, twist weights, nice. The foam around the edges also adds to that. It's got a nice sweet spot. And you could even increase that a little bit more if you added some more lead tape as well. You could jump that twist weight up, and you're going to even have a bigger sweet spot. It's pretty comfortable ride for a 14 millimeter paddle. It's pretty comfortable when you hit it. There's no jarring effect unless you get it out toward the edges where you shouldn't be hitting anyway. The good sweet spot, good feel, good defense to offense paddle. You stick this down, the ball's going to go back. You can go dig trash, and then once you get it back and get up there and start playing some offense, the ball just jumps off of here. Fast hands battles are they're something to dream about. So nice. Very quick at the net. Once again, this only comes in at 8 ounces, just a hair over 8. It's like 8.02 or something like that. That's gold. If you want to add some lead tape to that, you want to put some tape on there, you're going to be fine. It's still going to be quick at the net. It still does really cool things. So it's customizable as well. I only have kind of one concern or one dislike, and that's the flyers. You're going to have those occasionally. If you can live with those, rock on. No problem at all. And I would say the upper end of this paddle outweighs the one little negative. The other negative I have, and it's a concern, and we're going to bounce back through the core here a little bit, but I do have a concern about durability. It's not a dislike because I don't know about the durability yet. Even though I've played with this for quite some time, I do worry about it a little bit. So we're going to bounce through the core, kind of look at it one more time, and kind of just touch on that. So I'll be back. Let's look at the core one more time.
All right, guys, let's check out the core of the Holbrook ARMA paddle one more time. And I just want to bounce through just a little bit of concerns about the durability since I mentioned that. I do have a little concern about the area where the two cores meet, the low density core and the high density core, the 6mm cells, the 10mm cells, all this meets in this area right through here with the foam outside. The foam is allowing this all to flex. There's moving parts in the Gen 3 core. All of this is going to be flexing a little bit. There is just one little piece of support that goes right here, kind of a piece of tape, if you will, to hold up this together. And if you think about it, the area where you are most likely going to be hitting is right in this area right here. That puts a lot of stress where these two cores meet. And I am kind of concerned that there may be a durability issue along with this, but just like with every paddle, I spend a lot of time with these paddles and I hit them for quite a while before I release a video. I haven't had any noticeable play reduction or performance reduction or any extra noise or anything like that. It has maintained playability throughout. It is just a concern, and I just want to point that out because I am concerned that that area right in here may start to cause a problem because that is where you're going to hit the ball most of the time in this area. Also, another concern, a playability concern, I feel like if you hit the ball down in this area right here, you're going to have a different reaction than when the ball hits right in here. I talked about the flyers you get off of this paddle. You're going to get a different performance attribute from the 10mm cells than the 6mm cells. 6mm, or you think of those more control, you think 10mm more power. All this is flexing. I almost wonder if some of the flyers come from just the different areas you might hit a ball within essentially the same zone. You're going to hit some balls down here that may fly, where you might hit a ball just a little bit above that doesn't fly. I think it's very interesting that Holbrook put this separation of cores, if you will, right in kind of the strike zone or sweet spot area. Just a couple of ideas, guys. Wanted to show that to you. All right, there's the core once again.
All right, guys, so there was another look at the core. You can see there's a lot of moving parts in there, so there is some concern about durability. However, I spend a lot of time with these paddles before I put out a video. I've had no issues with durability. Nothing's happening. It's still playing great. I'd just be remiss if I didn't say that and didn't show it a little bit because, like I said, with Gen 3 paddles, there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of flexible parts in there, and you just kind of worry that some of those might move around. None yet. I will say that the Holbrook ARMA is doing great, and the paddle just performs really well. Now, who's going to fit with this paddle? Who's going to think, man, this is great? I would say singles players or just people that want to just drive it and knock the snot out of that ball. with top spin. Spin enthusiasts are going to like this a little bit, that want an extra little bit of velo on their spins. Slice, not so much. I would even think back to maybe the Gearbox Pro Power, something like that. You get under this and it's going to shoot. It's going to go. Control freaks, this might not be your world. It's going to frustrate you because it just has those flyers built in. A lot like a lot of other power paddles, it's going to have flyers. So you're going to be left searching a little bit for the control you want to have. This is a fun paddle to hit. If I was going to put this in my bag, I would definitely add some weights to it and just give it a little. I think the weights are going to give it a little more control, honestly. I mean, you always think weights, more power. I definitely wouldn't be putting more weights up here to give it more power. I would just drag them down a little bit and just give it just slow it down a little bit if you could. It is a power paddle. Don't pretend otherwise. It is what it is. It's advertised as a power paddle, and it is a power paddle. So it's not going to fit everybody's game. Not everybody's going to find this the greatest thing. It's not the magic stick that we're all kind of looking for. But I'm telling you, it's fun to hit and it's fun to try. Another negative I might come up with, or at least a concern if you're looking into a paddle, this paddle does come in at $279.99. Now there is a ton of technology in this paddle, so it's not necessarily overpriced, but yeah, it's a little pricey. So you're gonna have to really want to try this paddle, I think. But I love what Holbrook's tried, and I think it's really cool. I am just so excited to hear your comments on this, whether you've tried it, whether you're playing with it, how much you like it, what you found when you played with it. Love to hear your comments as always. Hit like, hit subscribe. Going to be back with more content very soon. Summer's here. I'm going to get outside even tonight. So, all right, guys, hope you are too. Oh my goodness. This ball propels off of this core. I didn't even hardly swing at that.